down in Kansas.
You said you were to California. You took pictures.
You can drive to San Diego. No, but we stayed in a real funky retro place. It's just check out Colorado Springs. And it's like within an hour and a half of Joshua Tree. So, trails, national park. So, we could do some shoulders, and they were propelling rocks and stuff that we could do. Yeah, the old hikes. It's very interesting. Small town, Joshua Tree. Kind of like the old places. Modern museum in Palm Springs is amazing. It's all modern art.
We go.
Good morning. Thanks so much for dedicating time for your practice this morning. When's that full moon? Is it tonight? Tomorrow? In the morning? In the afternoon? When is it?
I don't know. I lost track.
Full moon's gonna be here.
It's tomorrow.
Ooh,
Does anyone know the time of it?
I'll just stay up late enough to see it.
Well, we're going to salute to the moon today with the chant. And you can just kind of repeat after me. Om Chum Chandraya Namaha. So we'll do it with our movements as we do, more dynamically. But let's sing it together here. So Om Chum Chandraya Namaha. Let's do it again here. Inhale. Om Chum Chandraya Namaha. Beautiful. Do you notice how it extends our exhale, which is really what we're going to be working on, is a 1-to-2 ratio breath. And this mantra is just to salute to the moon, bowing to the radiance of its light. So as you come into your seat, start to drop into this place of your center. I typically like to ask this big question of why did you come here today? Maybe it's not so big. Maybe it's really easy to access this answer of why are you here, not in this existence, but here in this moment of practice, this morning to practice. Really starting to simplify and get a little more articulate of our intention for being here in this unique time and space of reality. And as you settle into that thought, that contemplation, allow yourself to just really soften into the idea of what it is that kind of sits at the altar of your heart. And maybe these are connected. Hopefully they are. Most likely they will be. The intention of being here and the altar of the heart. And then we move into this place of Shraddha, which in Sanskrit means this reverence of why we practice. So sit here for a little bit this morning, allowing your body to arrive here. All of it, all of you, every part is welcome. More than welcome, it's invited to be here. And imagine that radiant light, that fullness of the moon, just sitting on the altar of the heart right next to that deepest desire, as to illuminate and bring attention to that space of the heart. And bring your breath forward as well. Can you do that simultaneously? Can you sit by the light of the moon, the altar of the heart, and breathe in and through the body? And starting to feel the length of your breath, the wisdom, the knowing. And allow this to smoothly transition into Ujjayi breath on the inhale and the exhale. A smooth transition into this pooling of sound and the resonance of vibration, even just subtle constriction in the back of the throat. 12 Ujjayi breaths here. For these last few breaths, can you soften a little bit more into your attention? Can you settle down even more, preparing for practice? Hear and feel your breath for these last 2 rounds. Ujjayi. Join me as we open with the sound of Om. Inhale and exhale. Inhale together. Rub the hands together, cup the face, the eyes, the third eye. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold your hands at your face for as long as you need to recharge. And when you're ready, allowing light back into the eyes as they're open. Once you return, looking over the left shoulder is to look behind your spine. Check in with the neck here as you breathe in and breathe out. Drop that same ear over to that same shoulder. Can you relax both shoulders away from the ears as you breathe in and out? Trace the chin towards the chest as you come through to center. Take a moment here and just kind of rock the head subtle side to side. And then bring the head back to neutral gaze, looking over the right shoulder. As to look behind you, as to soften shoulders, breathe in, breathe out. Releasing any gripping in the palms as you do this, and then drop that same ear towards that same shoulder. Relaxing hands and shoulders away from ears. Bringing the chin to the chest once again, and then now maybe semi-circle, rocking the head and tuning in to what you feel here. Subtle movement for the neck and spine. And returning back to neutral, and just kind of swivel the head for a moment here. Hands at the base of the body, making sure you have space around you as you inhale. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms towards the sky. Inhale, reach up. Stretch through the side bodies. Keep the head really neutral. Jaw is relaxed here. Feel the side bodies and the rib cage together. And then exhale, reach out, reach down. Focusing on the length of the spine, but also the movement here. So as you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, spread the fingers really wide, reach long through that middle finger as you float the arms all the way down. 2 more, just like that, at your own pace. Inhale, reach up. Stretch the back of the spine, long. Exhale, reach out and down. 2 more, just like that. On this last one here, inhale, reach up. This time bring the left hand down. Keep the right arm lifted. Just float that left arm down. Right arm's lifted. Inhale, feel the length of spine, rib cage together. And as you exhale, just a little lateral stretch, about 70% of effort here. Inhale brings you back up and floats the arm down just halfway, shoulder height. And then reach back up and overhead. So feeling the warmth through the shoulder as you float back and forth here, about shoulder height. Last one, inhale up and over and return all the way back to center. Bring that left arm up too, and then extend the exhale as the right arm comes down. Same thing on this side, feel the length. Exhale as you fold laterally across the body. The inhale, you come back up, the arm floats shoulder height. Spread the fingers, or at least reach through that middle finger, and then back up and overhead. Seat should be real heavy. Let that seat be really heavy as you move twice more. Connecting that breath and sound and movement. Last one here. And as you come back through to center, both arms reach up. This time look up, bring the sternum forward, chest forward, gaze up. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Namaste. Hands slide down past the thighs to the knees, loosely the knees, as you round the spine. Moving through some cat-cow here in a seated position. Inhale, sternum forward. Shoulders back. Exhale as you round. Can this be real fluid, moving at a pace that feels right for you? Still about 70 to maybe 80% of effort as you move back and forth, releasing any gripping in the hands and the jaw, center of the brow as you move. And really just imagine seeing your spine internally and the movement of the spine. What would it look like as you feel it? Can you completely experience through these senses of not only visualizing it, but also feeling and breathing alongside of it? Yeah, beautiful. Two more just like that. And as you return back to center, can you start to stack the vertebrae as though to feel more length in the spine? Yeah, take a moment to roll the shoulders back and forth just to feel more neutral spine here. If you're in a half lotus, just take the other leg in front, or moving and rearranging the legs here. We'll open up the legs in just a moment here now. Once again, bring the arms out to the sides. Left hand's down, inhale, right arm up and right away overhead. See if you can go a little bit more deeper into this lateral stretch. As you inhale, you come back up through to center. You have blocks just in the event you want to use them, and then we go to the other side. Now we're just going back and forth. You might start to shift your gaze up towards that top arm as you move and breathe, but mostly let the breath guide you here. So it's as though you're breathing and then you're moving. Breath has priority, so the breath guides you to the other side and then you move. And you're really falling into more of that flow state as you feel. Beautiful. Couple more. Balance out those sides. Find a little more fluidity. And once again, once you return back through to center, you feel as though you're stacking the vertebrae, length in the spine. The hands come forward either to blocks or to the earth itself, to the floor I should say, and begin to walk your hands forward any amount. I like the blocks because I don't have to compromise my shoulders or any tension in my neck, any strain. Can you continue to root down through those sit bones? Breathe diaphragmatically here, 3 rounds. Feel that movement of the back and low belly. Slowly begin to walk the hands back towards the seat. A gentle twist over to the left side, right side to begin, right side. Breathe in, breathe out. over to the left side. Breathe in, breathe out. And slowly back through to center. Bend your knees, open up the legs here. Remove the seat, bolster. Bounce the legs, shake them wild. Find some pleasure as you rotate your ankles here. So you might be able to spread your toes really wide. You might be able to point and flex your feet. Like really feel all the networks in the feet here in a pleasurable way. And then go in the other direction. Beautiful. Bring the hands behind you, fingers pointed towards the seat. Nice stretch for the wrist, the thumb away from the pinky. Spread and flex the toes here. Create a little bit of a shelf-like for the shoulders, right? So that you can, again, once again, just let your head go from shoulder to shoulder, gazing over, and then maybe a little semi-rotation here. You might be able to go all the way back and let the head just kind of rest in that little pillow of the shoulders. We're to go in both directions. Shoulders are engaged, the arms and hands are engaged. So it's not just a loose stance here. You're really feeling like you can almost grip the mat in the back to protect the neck and the shoulders here. It might feel good to bring the sternum forward a little bit more as you let the head rest back, elbows unlocked for a breath or two. And then bringing the chin towards the chest, sternum towards the chin here. And release any rigidity in that shoulders or any engagement. Turn the fingers away from the seat, bend the knees. Preparing for a little reverse plank here. We can go in and out of reverse plank. So just let your hands rest for a moment because we'll once again turn the fingers towards the seat. So you might also take one hand at a time and just kind of rotate the wrist here and do the other side. And then once again, turn the fingers towards the seat. Feet, knees bent. As you inhale, lift up into reverse plank here. And you might stay for the total of 5 breaths or exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift back up so fingers are pointed towards the seat. Lift back up. You might go in and out. Really mindful of the breath and movement of the head and spine. Remembering that nice shoulder engagement. You might lift just a little bit and keep your chin to your chest. That might feel best. Beautiful. And then on the last one, you might even roll up to your tiptoes. And as you exhale, can you bring your seat all the way back towards your palms? Yes. And you're naturally in a nice forward fold. So take your fold any amount. You might bend your knees. Yes, shake out your wrists. Make any kind of movement. Pump the palms a little bit. Wonderful. From here, draw your right knee up towards your chest. Hug the knee in. Feel the breath connection. And take a little twist over, a little deeper twist over here to that left side. Right side, sorry. Can you feel the navel move as you inhale and exhale, drawing it in and up as you feel the twist from center? On this last breath, look over your left shoulder. And even draw the chin towards the shoulder. Returning back through to center, holding onto the big toe mound of this right leg. And the left hand at the heel, draw the knee back like a bow and arrow. And then send it forward, any amount. Send it forward and then draw it back again. And this time, draw it over towards that left corner of your mat. And then draw it back in like a bow and arrow. And maybe you can even scoop the left heel or the right heel into the armpit, elbow crease of your left arm and kind of cradle this right leg. Might just look like this still. You might just still hold on to the foot and kind of wiggle from side to side and rock the sit bones. Any amount you can pull the shin towards the chest. And even a little fold. As though you're gonna set this cradle down. Wonderful. One more time. Draw it back like that bow. And this time, with just the right hand, extend the leg long and let it hold you over to both legs. Take a moment to breathe in and out in a fold. Before then, draw the left knee up. Taking the twist to start, so really feeling length in the spine. This right leg's still active. Navel to spine on an exhale, then start to twist over to the left and continue to feel that navel movement. The exhale, it relaxes, but the inhale or the exhale, it draws in and up. The inhale, it relaxes. And it continues to turn towards that twist. Returning back through to neutral spine forward. This time holding on to the left heel with the right palm and little pinky toe side with the left hand. Draw that knee back like a bow and send it forward any amount. And then draw it back like a bow and across towards the right corner of the mat. And draw it back like a bow now. You might be able to cradle it or just continue to hold it here and rock the sits bone side to side. Bringing that shin bone any amount to square up with the shoulders. And possibly cradle. Nice little rock here. You can start to kind of work into that sits bone and the muscle, gluteus max here as you rock around it. And maybe even fold with your cradle. Once again, holding on to the foot with both hands, draw it back, and with just the left hand, extend it forward. Let it fold you in to your fold. As you inhale, slide your hands up towards the heel crease or the hip crease. Inhale, reach up with bent knees or extended knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you slide the hands up, reach wide and long, and then exhale as you fold. 2 more, just like that. Coming back up to neutral spine, bend the knees, swivel around, come on to all fours. No hurry or urgency to get there. Once you're there, moving in some organic, intuitive expressions of movement for a minute. Cat-cow, circles, spirals, shakes, any kind of nonlinear movement here. Can you continue to let the breath be the guide? Breathe and then move. Let your breath be so noisy that at least you can hear it. Maybe your neighbor can hear it too. Balance this movement out from the countdown of 10. We'll return to all fours at 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on all fours. Here, extend your left leg long, rotate the ankle any amount here. Feel the stability of the spine and core, navel to spine. As you inhale, extend through the heel, toes drawn under. And as you exhale, draw that knee towards nose and hover. Can you keep the spine long without curling the spine? Some more core here. Inhale as you extend. Maybe even keep your head lifted. Exhale, draw that knee towards the right elbow, across the body without compromising any spinal length. Yes. Inhale, extend. This time on the outside of the left elbow and up towards the shoulder. Draw it up there. Extend. This time again through center. This time draw your knee towards your nose towards your knee. Hover, pull it in. Step, drag, walk that left foot forward between the hands. Hopefully I'll have blocks here. Sorry, I didn't mention to bring them forward. But first, once you come into this, can you feel the fullness of your lunge? Can you feel your true lunge? Back hip flexor. Press through the four corners of that left foot down into the mat and then rise the chest forward. Just feel that length here. The blocks are going to move around here just depending, because we're going to move back and forth from lunge. As you exhale, send the hips back into a half split. Not all the way, because we'll then inhale forward, lunge. It's okay if the knee goes forward of the ankle. Exhale, lunge. Total of 5. Inhale, forward. Back knee might roll to that fat pad at the top of the knee here, the quad, and then exhale. Beautiful. Last one. Being sure not to grip in the chin, the jaw, the shoulders. Inhale as you come back forward. Bring the hands and blocks into the inner thigh and heel toe this foot out to about like a 10 o'clock. 10 or 11 o'clock. Toes pointed out. Now square up these blocks with the shoulders so they feel a little bit more aligned. We'll do the same thing here, but you might feel the pelvis kind of open as you lunge forward. And then as you exhale, extend that front leg long, send the hips back. Yes. 5 rounds, just like that. I call these clockwork lunges. We're working them in. Really preparing our lunge, or our legs for what's to come. So if it helps to walk these blocks forward, and then back. Come back into a lunge here. Now kind of come a little bit deeper into like a 9 o'clock. Toes pointed, angled out a little bit. This is going to be dependent on the body, of course. But now we're kind of going more towards an angle, and we're not going super straight. So the knee will stay a little bit micro bent. So you're going out. Yeah, and in. It's going to look different for all of us, but you're going to feel it, the movement there. Keeping the foot grounded the entire time, that front foot grounded. Beautiful. All right, after this next lunge, bring your hands off the blocks. The knee comes back to all fours, move through cat-cow, neutral the spine. Maybe these few rounds as you inhale, draw a full breath in. As you exhale, open the mouth as you squeeze the belly to the spine. You might even stick out your tongue like lion's breath, but just a variation. And return to all fours, tabletop. Extend your right leg long. Rotate the ankle, point flex the toes, and then reach long through the heel. Keep the head lifted as we move. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, draw that knee towards the center and forward and hover, but don't curl around the back. Inhale, extend. So you're feeling that core. Draw the knee towards the left elbow, hover. Yep. Inhale, extend, this time towards the right elbow and up towards the shoulder even. Draw it forward. Nice. Extend. This time it's going to come back to the center. This time now draw your nose towards your knee and hover. And then step, drag, walk the right foot forward. Beautiful. Hands on blocks as you take your true lunge. Lift your shoulders, but roll them back down away from the ears. And then as you exhale, extend the front leg long. 5 rounds. Inhale. Nice. And exhale. Beautiful. Find that fluid movement here. On this next lunge, we'll slowly start to walk the toes, heel, toe of the foot out to the right side. Hands blocks in the center, squaring the chest, the shoulders. And then exhale 5 rounds this way. It's a little more angled. Happy hips for this full moon. Why not? After you've done your 5th lunge, then heel toe the foot a little bit further to like a 3 o'clock, toes kind of angled out. And this one we don't go so far into the lunge or the extension. We just kind of go in and out a little bit here. Can the toes be the same angle as the knee? So whatever direction the knee can go, can the toes be that same direction? Beautiful. Bring the hands off the block, slowly drag that leg back to all fours. Lower down to the forearms here, turn the palms up. Curl the toes under and just sink back into the hips just a little bit to press down through the toes as you rest the wrists and stretch the feet. Internally chanting an extended exhale, Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. 3 rounds internally on your extended exhale. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Cham Chandraya Namaha. On an inhale, lift up, back through all fours. Place the palms one handprint forward. Curl the toes under. If they're not already, lift up, back, downward. Facing dog. 5 breaths here. Can you maintain that 1 to 2 ratio breath in preparation? If it helps to use that mantra to keep it extended. Luminous radiance of light. Gazing forward to the top of the mat, jump, step, walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Bring your hips forward. Open your chest. Gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keeping that throat, chest, belly open as you inhale. Reach up. Bring those hips forward. Exhale, slowly descend the palms through the midline, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, jump, step, walk back to plank pose. Float back and forth, down dog plank or lower down through vinyasa, chest, chin. Inhale, Ashtangasana, cobra pose or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Surya Namaskar. Down dog, one full breath. Jump, step, walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Really partner that breath. It's going to support you. Inhale, lift up. Bring those hips forward. Bring that throat up. Gaze up, throat open. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, reach up. Little back bend here, hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring that chest forward, heart forward, exhale, fold. Beautiful. Jump, step, walk. Back to plank pose. Move through vinyasa. Beautiful. From down dog, jump, step, walk to the top of the mat. We got one more left. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Bring those hips forward. Open up. Yep, a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Move through your vinyasa. Last one here. We'll all come back to downward facing dog. From down dog, shift forward, plank pose, variation, plank pose here. 3 breaths. Extend that exhale as you slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Bring the arms down to the sides, turn onto your left cheek. Locust variation here. Lift the right leg as the left arm swings around and forward, chest, gaze, lifts. Exhale as it slowly descends back. Straight leg here. Turn onto your right cheek. Inhale the left leg long and straight. Point the toes. Right arm swings around. Exhale as you slowly lower it back down. We're going to do this now with the mantra. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale up. Exhale. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Let's do it internal for the next 2. Inhale, lift up. Internally. Just slow that exhale down. It's a lot to sing on our diaphragm, yes. But can you continue to extend your exhale? Balance out one more round. Lifting up into full locust pose or staying exactly as you are. Inhale. 3 breaths. Pointed toes, legs hug to the midline, shoulders squeezing onto the back. You might even interlace fingers to open that chest a little bit more. Can you roll to the pubic bone to lift a little higher? And as you exhale, slowly widen the legs, bring the hands to frame the chest. Walk the hands off of the mat, fingertips in funky or cobra for a little loose play for the body. So the hands are wide, fingertips. Beautiful. Walk the hands into frame the chest, toes pointed, press through or curl the toes, lift up through tabletop to downward facing dog. And jump, step, walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step your right foot back for pyramid flow here. When you're ready, have a block in front of your toes. Adding the mantra to this movement. Left foot's forward, right hand to hip or waist, left arm up overhead. Can you keep the hips squared up to the top of the mat, whether that be the toes angled out or wider step? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach and fold forward. So the block's forward of your left foot, right foot's back. Inhale as you reach up. We'll do 3 more with our mantra. Om Sham Chandraya Namaha. Inhale. Om Sham Chandraya Namaha. Hands down as you draw the chin towards the chest, around the cervical spine. Press through that big toe mound on the left foot. Having that block nearby to prepare for half moon here. Unless you want to do a full moon. It's a joke. I don't even know what that pose would be. Grabbing the black corner of the big toe, and then stand into L shape as you lift that right leg up. Bring the right hand possibly to that right hip crease. Yes. Start to stack the shoulders as you gaze over to the windows or ceiling. Beautiful. Find your steady here. Maybe even that internal mantra. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Yes, beautiful. Feel that steady for 1 or 2 more breaths. As you exit, can you slowly return back the way you came in to keep the leg lifted? Bring both hands down to L, stand. And slowly slide that right leg right next to the left foot. Taking a deeper fold here, shaking out the head. Bend in the knees, swing through chair pose. As you inhale, rise up. Exhale, stay. Get back into the ground for 3 breaths here in chair pose. Utkatasana, knit the rib cage together. Lengthen through the spine. 1 more breath. And inhale, rise all the way up. Open up. Exhale, hands to the right center. And step the left foot back for pyramid. Block comes over to the right side. You can keep both hands at the waistline if that works, or you can bring both arms overhead. Otherwise, since we're moving into half moon, right arm up overhead. Left hand at the waist. Press through the big toe mound on the right foot. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Yes. Find that long extended exhale. Inhale, reach up 1 to 2 ratio breath. Now with the mantra. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Last one here. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. Bringing both hands down to feel a full pyramid. Round the chin towards the chest here. Forehead towards the knee or shin. Can you feel steady and stable before transitioning? We're always in transition, but when we find that space to root, can we? The right hand comes to a blocker forward as you kick that left leg long. Left hand to the waist as you start to gaze over towards the tan walls of the front of the room. The doors, and steady. Yeah, start to stack that left shoulder onto the right as you open up the chest. And maybe that left arm floats up, but find your steady, and wherever that is, be there with the breath, with your body and the ground. One more breath in and out. And returning from the way you came in. So back to L stand, hands lower down. Kick that leg up a little bit higher, longer. Yes, beautiful. And then slowly float that leg right next to your right leg. Forward fold. Buzz the lips, shake out the head, neck. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Last move here, last pose, posture for the practice. Kick up that right leg into 3-legged dog and come into pigeon prep. Just a minute or two in pigeon prep on the right side. Really seal in this practice for the hips to settle. The hips help us to settle and find stability in our seat, in our stand, in our rest. And most, especially for this full moon, which often creates a little restlessness. So settle. One more breath in and out here. Planting the hands, lifting back up, downward facing dog. And right on to the other side at any pace. One more breath here. Bringing the hands down, lifting the shoulders. Roll onto your right hip as you turn and face the back wall, back windows. Having a block nearby to slowly roll onto your back, eventually to Savasana. But placing the block underneath the tailbone as you lift up from bridge to waterfall or legs up. Supported for a minute. Any other inversions, shoulder stand, wheel pose where shoulders are prepared for that. Plow. You already know what you need for your inversion. This act of return to return. Slowly lowering down for Savasana. See how quickly you can drop the mind's eye into the heart center and remember that altar space. A radiant light illuminating the desire. But let it soften and settle you. The work is done. You are not the doer. Breathe your attention back to the space around you. Breathe your awareness back to the space within you. Remember, you're not separate. Begin to deepen your breath as you bring your hands to the lowest part of the belly. Feeling that movement of breath. As we tone here together, imagining the moonlight in the navel center, the space behind the navel. As you breathe, it grows. We make the sound ah as we exhale. Let's do it together. Exhale any breath that you have. Inhale. Now imagining the moonlight to the chest and throat center. This radiant light fills the whole body from this space, from this center, from this wheel. The sound ooh as we exhale. So exhale any breath you have. Inhale together. Now, the third eye to crown this radiant light of the moon. Just anointed the entire skull, the head, the brain, the third eye, the knowing that sends that light down the entire body, around the entire body. The sound Exhaling any breath that you have. Inhaling together. And feel the whole body bow to the moon in reverence. Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. As you wiggle yourself physically awake and back to a seat. There's no hurry. Let's close with 3 ohms. Bringing your hands on the body, a place to remember this light. Exhale. Inhale to sing. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing in reverence to this moon and all that it radiates light towards. And thank you for the light, thank you for the dark. Peace, peace, peace. Honoring the roots of yoga, namaste. Gratitude for this practice, gratitude for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Margaret.
Thanks, Kimberly.